What's up, Trios Tribe? Bringing you guys another top 16 deck video. June 14th, my brother's birthday. So happy birthday to Risu's brother. And Father's Day. So if you enjoy, celebrate that stuff. Booster Box Weekend Regional, June 14th. We had another top 16 to talk about. Booster Box held an online regional, and the beautiful gentlemen at Hyper Coliseum got to commentate it, TJ and Ben. So really cool to see. Like, their setup was really cool. I'm really jealous of that setup. They got to do it in live, and like they had like a desk panel kind of type situation without the desk. It was kind of funny, but either way, it was really great production. Jarrell did great in the background. That was really cool to see. I'm just glad that other companies are letting people do this stuff, just for, just so people can enjoy this game, right? Like, that's really all we care about. Anyway, we got to talk about a lot of Magnamon. We got to talk about Magnamon second nephew, Gallantmon. Clearly, if you count them together, which a lot of the cards aren't ending and do end up being the same, if you add them together, you're talking 7 different decks. And then Royal Knights, Sukuya, still doing great. Purple Hybrid took the whole thing. Chris P. Juegos, a friend of the channel, homie of the channel, supporter of the channel. So congrats to them with Purple Hybrid. Obviously, we will talk about it. 356 players. One Crossheart makes it, so that's going to be really exciting. And then Red Purple Imperial somehow takes up the 16th spot again. Wait, no, they got 3rd last time, so I'm dumb for that. But whatever. They squeak it in one more time, proving that Red Purple is just a good color right now. So and Magnamon X makes a glorious return. Let's just talk about it. Wait, oh, my button didn't work. Let's just talk about it. There we go. Works that time. Looks like we're going to talk about the Red Purple Imperial first. This would be Card Fight Empire. Definitely seen that. Card Fight Empire. Definitely seen that name around. That being said, usually the decision points in this deck don't really change until, like, there's sometimes we'll see the pure purple Stingmon, but the one of XV is usually around. I feel like maybe this Retaliation Wormmon is also not always around, but not a big deal. Level 4s kind of just stay the same. Level 5, sometimes there's some mixing of which exact 5s we're playing. Sometimes, well, like a different ratio, maybe no Dino B, maybe less of this Pyldra. This one usually shows up at 1 and 2 as well, but it's always a 4 of the BT21 theme one. Sometimes, and then 6s, kind of this ratio kind of stays the same too, except sometimes we'll see them include the green-blue Imperial Ace fighter mode, but not here this time. And from here, we have to see some deviation. Where are they getting some of the 4 analog youths tend to be pretty common. There's 2 dichotomies when it comes to Red Purple Imperial. It's 4 of Analog Youth because it's the best card in the deck, or is none. It slows us down and we don't need it. So clearly playing our best performing Red Purple Imperial of the weekend, clearly of the mind of 4 Analog Youth. And from there, 1 Mat, 3 Mismemory Boost, 1 Calling of Darkness, 1 Demonic Disaster. Just like definitely this, like I would definitely say like most of the decisions of like how do we follow up this package of Digimon, right? What tamers, what options, trainings, boosts. I'm sure once in October, when we get the I don't remember what it was called, but the Red Purple Gem Boost. Once we get that, I would be more inclined to believe that they would use that. Maybe not that much, just because they do care about their trash, and like, yeah, like the difference between Red Purple Mem Boost and Purple Mem Boost, pure Purple Mem Boost, is you can't pick up this Vmon or XV or Flamedra, and like that. But like that's usually that's like probably okay. And then there are the awkward turns where like, yeah, you can't, like, you have this Vmon in the back, and now your Mem Boosts are turned off or your trainings are turned off. So like removing that friction in the deck could be important enough, but we could just see them still like that card not changing the deck whatsoever, but we'll see. Moving on, we get to talk about our 1 Magnamon X deck. Sorry, it is Spencer M. Magnamon X, we got some fun inclusions. This is definitely a Magnamon X top end. I know there's armors going around. This is nothing to do with that. Like, there's no BT21 Davis. There's no armor Digivolution. This is just good, classic good classic Magnamon X, right? Like one Golden Knight, even the Shu Yu Lin returns, and that one's a classic. We've definitely added like our plethora of 7s though. That's kind of wild how many 7s we've got in here. We got Paladin, GX, Ruin Mode, Omnimon X. I wonder if this like toolbox of level 7s really like help them go the distance. I could see like maybe this, like, even with the when attacking X anybody to do some shenanigans, right? Wow, yeah. And then like Hong-kun to make it so you can't be blocked, which is huge because that's such a big part of this deck. If you can block the Magnamon X, they usually cuts them off of getting their immunity for a turn, so that's a big weakness. So Hong-kun and Mega Seedramon. Just the only thing with this Mega Siege, like using both of these inheritables, I think the main thing is they need to be careful. And if you're playing against someone with this deck, you need to be careful because if you have this inheritable, you cannot raid. Right? Because like, how does this read? This Digimon's attack target can't change. What does raid do, everybody? Just saying. So be wary of that when playing with and against this deck. That's like probably the biggest thing I want to talk about with the list. Beyond that, we are playing the collection of level 4s that we see fit. The starter deck Magnamon, the black one, has become probably the most mainstay of all of them. Like 4 of this one make my security scary, make them fear my security is definitely a mindset with this card, and it's just good to digivolve into. Such good removal. The other one, that's not to say the other ones are good too. It is interesting that we are on the BT21 at all, but I mean, maybe they can be in the comments and tell me like what value does this one give over the other two. Maybe that recursion against things like Magnamon could help. Like suddenly you get a Vmon you weren't anticipating, and now it can digivolve into a Magnamon X from security and go crazy. I could see it. And then the biggest thing, I think, though, the thing we haven't really gotten to talk about on the channel anyway, we definitely talked about it on stream, so I guess that's still a channel. We haven't talked about it in a video. Genai's House. Genai's House has definitely become a staple. And like Genai's House and Island Adventure, both together, they kind of fill the same purpose, I feel. Just a great armor card, turns out. Both of them slightly different inheritables in each. I feel like the playing a level 3 doesn't matter as much in this deck, especially since it's because it's your last security. This one puts itself at the bottom of your security, so it's just a little awkward for your last security to be like, haha, level 3. I don't know. You get my point though, right? But the extra 3k on your turn definitely outweighs the kind of the poor security effect. And then because of that, your Magnamon just base will be 15k, letting you swing over stuff. If you have the good Vmon, you're 17k before anything, and that, I think that's a big upgrade. Omnimon X becomes bigger, Ruin Mode, like it goes on and on. Plus 3k for just Mungie X deletion effect. It keeps just going as to why this and Island Adventure just like have found a place in that home, and as a way to activate Magnamon X's ability sometimes, right? Like it just makes sense. But yeah, no. That being said, Final Zubagon punches back. 3 blue memory boost. Only 1 scramble. I would have anticipated that they would have used more blue scrambles if I had to guess, but like no, just 1, and the 1-off probably does what they needed to do. So Flame Dramon's also here. I didn't mention that. Their favorite 12 Vmons also make an appearance, and yeah, I think we're good to move on. We get to talk about the Crosshair player. It's probably, to my knowledge, one of the most like we haven't seen one in a minute, right? And which Pikmon is this? Is this the new one? Yeah, this is the BT21 Pikmon, and yeah, no Sparrowmon. Oh wow. Okay, so there are some things to talk about here. Like, this is obviously the new BT21, BT19, started in BT19 and kind of evolved a little bit with 21, right? We're looking at superior mode, just the piece collection and making superior mode. That is what we're trying to do here. We don't see some of the adaptations that some other players have done. Like, there's no Shoutmon DX. Like, that was being a card that like what people were using as, since it counts as an Omni Shoutmon and a Z Gray, so it was a way to get cards to do more for you when you're piece collecting, right? But no Sparrowmon, just going all in on just 4 rookies, or not 4 rookies, 4, so 8 rookies, just playing all Shoutmon, which I guess we just decided to play the game of mulligan for Shoutmon, and then from there maybe we still can digivolve into Raptor Sparrow, get like that cool combo going. And then from here you just 4 Darulus, only 1 Omni Shout of the BT19 because we follow it up with the BT21 one, and that one's just good, right? So it's probably part of the reason why we're on just 8 Shoutmon, because we just always want this Omni Shoutmon like shenanigan tomfoolery. Like, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna sit here in the video and explain to you the full combo, but this Shout, Omni Shout, plus what the Tamers help you do, really get to steal a lot of games for you and provide aggression, right? Our collection of 4 Shoutmon EX6, E Cross 6, whatever. Shoutmon Cross 7, Superior Mode is one nasty card, one nasty version of a card, which is really cool. And then our collection of Tamers, the original Taiki, the new Taiki from BT21, and then the triple Tamer. It makes sense. This is probably most people's preferred way to play the deck. You need to see either the triple Tamer or the original Taiki, so you can use your Digicross materials from under your Tamer when you on play. Without that, you can't do that, right? So makes sense. And then the new Taiki is just such a great card on the board, right? Like, letting you attack is wonderful, allows you to do a lot, but then the +1 memory in a draw card is stupid. Like, that's just good. I know the triple Tamer does that, but my point is more of it isn't bad either. Anyway, congrats. Sorry, CJ, 8th place. Congratulations, CJ, on your cross top. That's what wonderful sentence I used. Then we get to talk about a couple of Royal Knights that we're able to top. 15th place, Egg Roll. There's not a lot for me to say other than, like, obviously, like, there are some additions here that are pretty cool. Playing the blocker, the target redirect tie to get +2k and a draw 1. And Raid triggers that, so there's a lot of cool cheeky value that I imagine this player got. Queen's Device as our answer to Floodgates, I would imagine, or maybe some Sukuyamon tech, I believe, but beyond that, just one of the old Mecha, 4 of the new, and then a collection of our Royal Knights. It's always hard to like really dive into which Royal Knights are they playing. Like, Medieval is now a guest Royal Knight that we're going to constantly see. One Dynus for the search. I guess they found value in that. Leopard, I was always kind of shocked that Royal Knights kind of moved away from Leopard because it just lets you do so. I felt like Leopard lets you do a lot, and it was kind of weird that it was kind of shied away from. After that, it's just more of the same. More Oryukens than GXs makes sense. It's kind of Crimson mode because it lets you go for game a lot earlier with Magnamon X Antibody. From there, Purge of the Royal Knights, Last Guardian, Cool Boy, just 4 of all the good white stuff. And congrats, Greg Roll, on 15th. Get to talk about another one. This one is, let me look at my list. We got Calculator, 10th place, funny name. But more of the same. Instead of the Queen's Device, we decided to go with Gotsu and Crimson Blaze, which cool decision. Same, we're playing 7 Omni. I remember in a previous video, people were like, wow, so many Omnis. And I was like, this is kind of normal, I think. And today we get to be right. So today you guys those people get to be wrong. Not you guys, I guess. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to a camera. Actually fitting time to fit in the BT13 Omni just for that potential floodgate potential. Yeah. Only 1 Medieval and upping the Dynus, getting the Lord Knights, 3 Jesmon, 1 Genku seems pretty low. And then the new Gammon, the promo Gammon, I guess we could talk about it. It's just an auto include now. Worst case scenario, this thing is healing the Royal Knights players, and it's so obnoxious. It is unfortunate that like there are probably scenarios where you're deleting your own Digimon by playing this thing, and that could go wrong for you. But for the most part, everything's looking good. Alphamon, the healing one as well, so you know you have 2 ways to heal, except this one gets to be a lot cheaper, a lot earlier, and only 1 GX. Wow. So the moving away, so the thing for me is like the idea of moving away from like ace targets or having ace threats in Royal Knights seems odd to me, but other than that, yeah, no, 4 of every good white card in the deck with 1 old Omeka, and that rounds out the list. Congrats, Calculator. Then we get to talk about our last Royal Knights, aka Greymon, coming in at 6th place. 2 Gatsumon, removing the Crimson Base, but adding 2 Digimon Emperor. So where did we cut for that? Again, with the 1 of Jessamon, 1 less Oryukin. So maybe that's where it came from. None of the promo Gallant. 3 secret rares all the way. So pretty much decided that, you know, the old stuff's just good. No cheeky Alphamon, no Genku. That's where the cuts are coming from. Dynas is still here. 1 more medieval. None of the new Omeka. So that's also where this extra, that's kind of where we've shifted a lot of our ratios is through those cuts. And that's kind of interesting. Oh, we even playing an Adventure Tie. But why? Is it because we can attack? By himself, he can play a 3-cost adventure or hero card. Is there not better memory setters? Or did we just parse the... Let me double check that we didn't like take the wrong tie. This was... AKA Greymon. No, they're on Adventure Tie. Was it because of the bling? Is it because you were playing the Superstar SP tie and you just wanted to put it in a deck and was like, it's a memory setter and draws me a card? Interesting. Or maybe you just valued card draw. This is one of the only ones that really gets you card draw. Well, I mean, maybe. Oh, someone in the chat's got to tell me the best reason for tie. I mean, I guess like at the end of the day, it's probably like memory setter plus card draw good. Which I guess you're not wrong. That being said, congrats. 6th place. Better than anything I am. So I'm just confused because I'm bad. Probably. We're going to move on from there, though. We get to talk about... Oh, we got the wrong pictures up. No. We get to talk about... Okay. Chat. Comment section. Viewer. We get to talk about 5 Magnamons. So... And players as well. I love to respect every player that did well and try to bring out the nuances that you've decided in your deck. But Risu is a mortal being. I am a mortal squirrel, and our attention span is also that of that rodent type animal. So please forgive me if I don't do a specific list justice. I think most people understand. Anyway, 14th place, Happy Kappa. 4 Grav Crush, 1 Jack Raid, 1 Calling of Darkness, 4 Offense Trainings, 1 Scramble, 4 Red Memory Boost. So, because we're playing the Win Attacking Digimon. Now that I think about it, I think this has been where the deck has been moving towards, actually. I will see in the other list, but I feel like a lot of people are starting to adopt the Digimon over the recycling Digimon from the purple, the one intended for the deck. Mostly because I imagine it's just because like just raw card draw gets you into your Grav Crushes and your stupid Wombo combo even faster than just like 1 recycle. And then that also being red based just now allows you to say, okay, sorry Skull Greymon, but now my scrambles, red memory boosts, offense trainings just do everything for me all the time. And then the 1 or superior one on top of that. That is so wow, we're so deep in this. That's so interesting. Okay, like just more ways to get game. It makes sense. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's just so interesting. No, congrats. 1 promo Gallant, 1 secret rare, 4 Magnamons, and then actually 2 Skull Greymon, bumping up this number, completely abandoning the Wargrowl X, which I think that's correct. Personally, I think that's just kind of what the deck usually wants. Usually when I see people trying to go Growl X, like it just completely ruins their turn structure. So just removing that awkwardness. Everything else seems pretty standard though. 2 of this Growl, 4 of this Growl, and then this collection of rookies kind of like a lot of this is kind of what we've been seeing. So nothing crazy, but we got to find some unique stuff. So I hope the rest of them have something. Demonic. All right, this one is a return to the purple egg, by the way. This is 12th place, Michael A. We have a similar rotation of rookies, except we cut one of the rush ones, which makes sense. You don't need 4 of this guy. Usually the 1 is enough. Instead of playing Skull Grey at all, we went back on what I said and decided that Wargrowl X is in fact worth it in the deck. And you know, I could be Risu the Squirrel could be wrong. Medieval Gallant makes an appearance in this deck along with an extra Gallantmon promo, cutting from the Megidramon itself, because some people have gone on record saying that Megidramon is the worst card in Megidramon, which maybe that's right. Cutting a Grav Crush, calling Demonic Disaster, adding that is interesting, and actually the Digimon I designed, we're seeing like a lot of debate, like kind of like the Analog Youth for Red Purple Imperial. The Digimon I designed is also a card that like you're either like you think that card is a custom card and is insane, or like there's no point of running it in the deck and it just doesn't actually get done what you want done in the deck. When people can debate. 4 Wisdom Training, 2 Purple Memory Boost, but we do make room for offense training. The big thing for offense training is it picks up our Grav Crushes, and that's why we're running it. But there is the awkwardness of if it's our only card in hand, our only playable option, or our only playable card in hand, and our baby is Digimon. Yikes. So obviously I see why the going for the other GG just kind of makes why that could be a possible decision. Oh, now we get to talk about this Megidramon. This one will be 9th place LL Hams. 9th place Megidramon list. 4 GG purple. Return to the purple GG. Actually having the 4 rush, but only rush Guillaumons, but only 3 Guillamon X's is curious. I guess we just want the ratios to both. Like, will you do this when you're like, I hate when I you do this specific thing, like you cut on the X antibody, typically when you're like, I'm sick of it being my first rookie. Sick of it. And you're sick of like, oh, Digivolve the X in the back, and then you draw the normal one. Like, that is the most painful experience for any player out there that's played these X antibody decks. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm not crazy for it. We actually bring back the Skull Grim. We're actually doing the in-between of the last 2 decks. 1 War Growl X antibody, just in case, and 1 Skull Greymon, because Skull Greymon just outs so many things for us. It's kind of sick. 2 Gallantmon promos, 2 Gallantmon secret rares. We're even adding 2 Leviamon, so our cuts came from the bottom end here. No red training, so our Grav Crushers just get bottom deck, which I guess that's fine. Like, you know, to each their own. Again, like I say that like as if like I'm like I don't ever say anything from a perspective of thou is here and thou is here and I am here. Like, right, that's just me expressing thoughts and words out loud in really fast sequence because we got to get through 5 Megidramons. Calling is a mainstay. Demonic Disaster is a hit or miss, but card still loved. It's a good card, just finding room. 1 red scramble is a little interesting to me. I thought the deck kind of wanted to play more, but whatever. Purple Mem Boost, and that wraps it up. The Levia's interesting. Sometimes our War Growls can just go into Levia and then delete 2 things and just kind of play that game if for whatever reason that's the mode we're in. Like, I guess the option's nice too. Sometimes you just fucking orbital. Sometimes orbital crocodiles kind of perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know, sometimes it just be like that. Anyway, we're moving on. This is 5th place now. Miles, a return to, again, everyone except our first Megidramon has actually been on the purple egg, but the red egg is definitely an interesting adaptation to the world. Wisdom training, offense training, because we don't want to bop deck our Grav Crushes every time. 1 Jack Raid, 1 Calling, 2 Digimon, the Digimon I designed. 2 War Growl with a single Skull Gray. Our rookie lineup, we decided to cut from the Rush, which I think that's the one that makes the most sense. We're actually cutting one of the EX3 Growlmons as well. But after that, pretty much the similar ratios. We actually on the 4 Megidramon, 1 secret rare Gallantmon, 1 promo Gallant, and after that, just the collection of options that just make sense, man. For us, for the player. Maybe not always me. Anyway, we did LM. That was Mile was the last one. Let me see. That was Mile was the last one. And now we get to talk about Lighthouse, 4th place. Really trimming down on, this is the most trimming down of the rookie slot we've seen. Only 2 Guillamon X's, but we're still on the purple baby. Growlmon EX7's back to 2, but we're actually cutting Growl X, so really doing what I was kind of suggesting earlier of the idea of like you cut on your X antibodies, that way you don't see this awkward like Digivolve into the X antibody, see the wrong one, and then just hate your life. So you consistently just kind of see 4X 5X, like, right, that like whole mindset. Actually finding time to fit in the EX3 War Growl as well. Are we playing, this is not the Tamer player one, right? It is, but we're not playing any Tocados to go with it. Interesting. No Skull Gray. Magnamon X makes an appearance. Only 3 Grav Crush, 2 Promo Gallant, 3 Magnamon, 1 Secret Rare Gallant, but we got 1 Jack Raid, 1 Calling, 3 Digimon Eye Design. So really loving that card from this list. Purple Scramble, because is Red Scramble just better most of the time? I feel like Red Scramble is just better every time here, except like if you really don't want to bottom deck. I guess you don't want to bottom deck it off of Wisdom Training. I was just saying because like your 5s could go into the Gallants if this was red, but also like it would get bottom decked by Wisdom Training, so I get it. Purple Mem boosted 3, 2 Analog Youth. So the first instance of Analog Youth in Magnamon in today's video. Either way, congrats Lighthouse on 4th place, our best performing Magnamon. It's a rough match. It's a rough deck to exist, and I guess we can talk about it a little bit before I go to the next list. It's obviously the best. Like, here's the thing. It's like it's the most represented deck of the format, which kind of makes it the best deck of the format. But my hesitation still remains of it hasn't really been winning tournaments, and I know this is going to be awkward. This tournament, okay, I guess we can talk about it. Like, this tournament also ended with the Bandai. You guys know how Bandai's new rules are and whatever, and like we play the maximum rounds no matter what. Brother, our top 4 all had the same record. Everyone in the top, I think it was all the entirety of top 4 have X1 records, I believe, which is crazy. The fact, not to take away anything from the players, right? The rules are the rules, and the results are the results, right? So all you guys deserve what you received, right? Like, you guys earned your invites, you earned your placements, and you guys performed, and you did well. And I'm not trying to take anything, but I think I still am allowed. It's the top. I actually looked it up now. It's the top 5 that all have the same record. Like, come on, like that feels weird to say. I'm like, I would like to think that, like, if it was me and you're in, I don't want, like, it's so important that I don't belittle the players and, like, you know, because they performed great, but like there is still, like, it's still weird. Like, it's just, I hope that comes across as I intend it, and I hope like everybody who performed and everyone technically who I'm talking about feels what I'm coming from. Like, you may disagree, and that is fine. We are allowed to disagree with me, and then like I don't shy away from that, but boy, is it weird that the winner of our tournaments is just up to, you know, like, it's just up to RNG. It's just kind of like, and you can argue, it's a card game. You know very clearly the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's weird. Anyway, sorry, a little bit of a rant. That's why I did it at the end of Magnamon, because now we get to talk about Gammon. 2 Gammons, the other stupid dumb Guilmon lizard evolutionary line that we have to talk about. We get to talk about our first one here. Where did they perform? This was Genos 160 or 160, whichever you prefer. Gammon makes it stage debut. That's kind of cool. I don't know. Definitely a deck that saw a buff with definitely mostly the buff comes from X Antibody Omnimon X Antibody, because all the BT21 stuff was so focused on Megidra. But that's not to say we are adding the EX1, or we are adding the BT21 Guilmon. It's just a good search card. It's just, draw 2 is good, right? And then the on deletion gain 1 memory, it might come up. You never know. Like, probably comes up for this player. 1 Growl X, but like beyond that, we're kind of saying it's just a return to form for Gallant, right? 4 X Antibody Geo, 4 of the Searcher one from EX2, 2 of the starter deck one because the Inheritable gains us memory, and sometimes we just love gaining like 5 memory for deleting something, man. And our War Growls are about the same as we were comfortable seeing. Also, I guess they did get they also got the Promo Gallant, which is just a good card. Does Digivolve on War Growls for 3, so it's just kind of a normal Gammon. Whereas the secret rare, the secret rare goes into the secret rare still Digivolves for 5 no matter what, so it's a really awkward card. Where this one actually has that Evo for 3 on the correct War Growl, which you know, kind of buffs the deck, right? Like, this is a good Gammon, regardless. Like, if you don't, now, if you just Evo into it, and you don't have something to delete, right? Like, you just, oh, you might delete yourself, though. You might have to watch out for that. Is it other Digimon? If there is a Digimon with 13, ooh, so you gotta be careful. You could end up deleting yourself. Oh, that's kind of funny. Wait, is there a world you delete yourself? Do we have any of those? No. Wow, yeah, we don't. We don't have any of the guys that gain you DP. Oh no, Wargrowl X. Wargrowl X that gains us DP. So we have to be careful about that. After that, you know, Magnamon X anybody, Crimson Blaze, or Crimson Mode, still a good card, still a great way to trash 2 or 3 security at the end of the game and just go for game. Only 1 EX2 Takato into 2 Takato Mitsu. We saw this is something that like even like I first saw this like concept popularized by like Digishon. Is that fair to say that Digishon was kind of like one of the first people to really introduce the idea of just run Cool Boy F Takato? But either way, makes sense to me. From here, we'll talk about the next Gammon, our last Gammon actually. 3rd place, Polka Troopa. Definitely seen that guy top a thing or two before. I'm sure other people have too. I'm just like, kind of just, the silly names come to mind more often. I'm sorry, chat. Really loving this, not using the new Gammon at all. Loving the starter deck Growl. One of the BT17 Growl for, you know, I guess being able to delete floodgates or something. I guess that makes sense. 4 X Antibody War Growl, 4 BT12 War Growl. The just tried and true combo. Here's the secret rare Gallant as one of our top ends, and yeah, like I said, Digivolves 4/5. Like, so this is like an interesting. That's our only Gallant as well. Whoa. Huh. 3 on, okay, so to make up for it, we are playing Grav Crush to extend our turns, along with only using the when attacking X antibody. So we can do a lot of cheeky stuff like our BT12 War Growl could potentially Digivolve into the promo Gallant or secret rare Gallant for that reduced cost of 1. So we're Digivolving for 5, and then there's a world where like we get to win Digivolving, we get to attack, blitz. Oh, we don't even have that Takato. So we're doing the Cool Boy setup with no Takatos, which is why we're on this Gallant, because like we don't need that Tamer playing Gallant. 4 memory boost, 2 offense training. Like the Cool Boy must be adding like that level of consistency to this deck that like we saw. Kind of like even Momin with if you want to relate it to Momin in their Lord Knight, Levia, Dark Animal deck, they also famously have added Cool Boys to the list, right? And it's because this guy is just adding a level of consistency that I think people aren't respecting. Like, people just kind of hard focus on the idea that like you reveal top 3, and if you don't see an X antibody, they go to the bottom. But for the rest of the game, this guy's going to gain you a memory, so refund himself, and just raw draw you a card, which adds up if you do it. If you get 2 Cool Boys off, like realistically, you're probably going to get like the average Cool Boy proc in a game is probably 2, right? And that's makes him free, and then searches your X antibodies, which is probably one of the hardest things to do in this deck, because it's a white card, and you can play more. It's a 2-drop. Choke memory. Suddenly, like, you just, for Digivolving into your War Growl X, you're just gaining 3 if the game has stated has allowed it. I get it. I get, like, Cool Boy is becoming, like, everyone's talking about Analog Youth, but Cool Boy is returning to the scene as well, saying, hey, I exist, and I'm a damn good card. But congrats, 3rd place, Polka Trooper for sure. Then we get to talk about 2 Sukuyas. Sukuya is definitely in the other deck everyone's talking about, probably top 3 best decks, even though like not performing as well as Royal Knights or Megidramon, right? But I definitely put it up there in the top 4 myself. That being said, some of the same, not a lot, at least in terms of the Digimon. Definitely, it's pretty much, it seems solved. I think some of like the big decision points tend to be like, am I going to make room for Starmon? Am I going to make room for Wizardmon? Am I going to make room for the Talmon Ace? Those 3 slots tend to be the most contentious in Sukuyamon. Sometimes we will see, I forget, is it the is it the BT10? 10 Sukuya, Kyubimon, the one that says when digivolving, you can choose one of or the other ability, one being discard a plugin to draw 2 or pick up a plugin from trash. It doesn't have an inheritable. You guys know what I'm talking about? I think it's BT10 or 11. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about, though, if you guys have followed the scene a little bit, and you can just find it yourself. It's Kyubimon. It's not that many of them to really make Risu go crazy. Beyond that, we get to talk about the options. 4 Rika has just been a mandatory. 4 Scramble has been a mandatory. 4 physical training. And then we fit in the Plus plugin. Digivolution plugin is at 3. And then no. So key things are no noble. What's the noble family arts sometimes gets played in this list. So none of that. Only 2 Mambus, probably because we have the extra level 4s to deal with in the list. Yeah, no, good stuff. I got nothing else to say. You guys have anything to say? You guys want to add anything? Oh, that was really interesting. Thank you. Oh, I'll keep that in mind next time. Anyway, we get to talk about second place, Nikesh, 1992. And here's that Kyubimon. Oh, BT10. Yeah, I got it right. Get out of here, chat. Playing that Kyubimon I was just talking about, the one that gives you the optional when digivolving effect. One's 2 Starmon instead of playing a Wizardmon at all. And then from there, it's kind of more of the same, right? Yeah, maybe the rookie's lineup is slightly ratioed differently. But from here, 2/2/2 on our 6s, 2/2 on our 7s, 3 Digivolution plugins. And then, yeah, honestly, like, there is not a noticeable... we're going all over the place. There's not a noticeable difference in the lists. I think they're almost playing... Besides the level 4s, I believe they're playing like basically the exact same list. So cool. Sukuya might be solved now. How about that? Then we get to talk about first place, returning to the scene, Purple Hybrid from the ban list, not dead yet. Crispy Juegos has been on a tear with this deck. They've loved the deck. This is definitely a deck that they have admitted to me, like we've met in person. They've talked about how, like, you know, they were really inspired by, if you watch Eagle's Nest weeklies, they were really inspired by Crispy Juegos, or oh my goodness, Soy Marcos. Oh god, I can't remember my names right now. It is too late for this. Popularized by Soy Marcos in the Eagle's Nest webcam series. Join us every Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, or Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern here on the Risu Discord channel or in the Eagle's Nest Discord. Join us. It's a blast if you haven't seen it. But anyway, let's talk about Crispy Juegos and their success here with Purple Hybrid. Yeah. Funny enough, this is a card we talked about a lot, me and him, about this card. Like, Violet in Boots instead of the Keenan was a big thing we talked about. Was the Keenan, while interesting, like, just doesn't give you the diversity that this Violet in Boots does. Being able to just trash an option, an option from your hand that's just not going to be useful, and then getting that draw and cycle, and then having just another card, just like another memory setter, because that's like the big thing they lost, right? They lost the mat that was a memory setter, and I think that's a big thing that they've been trying to replace, right? You see them trying to replace it with, you know, the starter deck map, but sometimes you don't always want to be discarded. You want to save this guy as a trap, right? And it's just not like it's just having your memory setters be diverse is important too. Being able to like Violet and Boots start of turn, like, get your draw, discard, and then use it as a Digivolve, right? Where you don't really want to Digivolve from this mat, right? There's the whole point of this, that he's going to turn steal or provide you more memory for the turn. And also, we've been adding more of the Koichis, but then let's talk about the rest of the list. 1 Ancient Guardian Deity, because why not? It's a good card. But the stars of the show, the thing that's changed about the deck is now that Jack Raid is at 1, Mad is banned. We've decided to add, with the new stuff, with the new wave of, you know, cards added to the pool, we've added Arrestor Dramon Superior Mode, which has done so much for this deck in terms of aggressiveness. I've got to tell you, when this thing is swinging for... Because you can Digivolve this on top of Velgar, you get to swing in that extra check. It's sometimes just that extra check. It's a blitz for game, no matter what you do, as long as you decide that... All you have to do is just say, my Velgar doesn't die. I'm not choosing my Velgar for the deletion effect, and now you get another attack that your opponent like has to make sure they keep in mind when defending themselves. And then even then, the new Gammon promo is this insane card because they can set it up themselves either through the secret rare Gallant or the Velgarmon or the superior mode. Like very easily get themselves to 13k, allowing you to play your Gallant promo Gallant for free, and then just having another attack. Just it's crazy. The video's been a bit long now, but like it. I mean, after that, it's purple hybrid things. We have the decision of actually adding Ginkakumon promote for another rush. We have the Kaiser Leo just for some diversity. Also, the retails are important. Sometimes you can digivolve on top of your 4 and do some shenanigans because of the alternate cost. And you also get to digivolve. Sorry, you get to digivolve on top of. You may digivolve this card from your hand. You can. Oh. You can't. Oh, interesting. So you can't actually Duskmon this guy, right? Huh. Duskmon can't digivolve your Kaiser Leo because you made this digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your purple tamers. Oh, wow. Huh. But the Duskmon can digivolve into the Kaiser in case you're missing the Velgar, and then you get the on deletion of this Duskmon if you did decide to like swing in security and die, or swing into a big guy and die. Who knows? That being said, congrats to everyone who played. Digimon's great. I love Digimon, and they announced I'm making plans. I'm making moves to go to Texas because they announced that's the regional or our first national tournament of the year will take place in Dallas, Kay Bailey Convention Center. So expect me there. Say hi. Maybe I'll try to bring plastic acorns for people. I don't know. See you guys then. See you guys on stream. And I hope you have a good day. And if you haven't had a good day, I hope the video made your day a little better. But good night, guys.